Viewers, yesterday we got the economic data, some good economic data we got for the first quarter of this year, which is April to June. The GDP number, in fact, came in much better than expected at 7.8%. And many clearly, said that this is a response to those who endorsed US President Donald Trump's dead economy remark for India. It has, remember, become a political issue as well. And to discuss this, I'm now joined by Professor Gaurav Vallabh, who is the member of Prime Minister's Economic Advisory Council. Thank you very much, Mr. Gaurav Vallabh, for speaking with us here on Times Now. Firstly, I want to ask you, tariffs, of course, have come into effect. Indian markets are already reacting. How do you how will you like to respond to the kind of impact we could really see? Because this first quarter that we are talking about, that did not have the impact of Trump tariff.
As far as growth is concerned, there is no impact. Why I am saying? Because we are responding to that in two ways. Number one, we are increasing our domestic demand, and for increasing domestic demand, the GST rate rationalization is going to happen, and that there will be a growth in the domestic demand. As per the SBI research, with the GST rate rationalization and with the income tax cuts which had happened in the previous budget, there will be an additional consumption in the Indian market of 5.5 lakh crore. So this 5.5 lakh crore is the additional consumption which is going to happen. So first response is the increase and improvement in the domestic demand, and the second response that we are diversifying our exports. Mind it, India is not a very typical export-driven economy.
Right.
The share of exports in GDP is 20% to all the countries, not America. All the countries of the world. It means 80% of our GDP consists of our own domestic consumption and domestic investment.
So you're saying that domestic consumption is going to go up. That's an important point you've made, Professor Vallabh. But I want to ask you specifically about the number we got yesterday, the GDP number for the first quarter. There are many who have been calling Indian economy a dead economy. How will you like to respond to them?
Anyone and everyone who was saying Indian economy is dead, they are dead by their mind. They are mindset-wise, they are dead people. They doesn't have any thought. In the entire world, only Indian economy is expected to grow in next 3 years at the rate of 6.8% in large economies. In large economy, there is no country in the world which is growing or expected to grow at 6.8%. And I am giving the data of IMF. And not only this, the inflation is expected to be around 3%. 3%. So,
but here we're talking about not ordinary citizens, Professor Vallabh. We're talking about people like Rahul Gandhi, leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha, who've made these kind of statements.
So the people who are against the growth of India are always find some excuse. I would like to recommend that Indian economy Q1 FY26 is 7.8%, and the real GDP growth was beyond 8%. They will be surprised. It's 8.8%. The real in the nominal terms, and in the real terms it is 7.8%. So if people are still not believing these numbers, my recommendation to them: take a deep breath, do some breathing exercise. If still that is not working, go to some foreign location for 15-20 days, chill out, because for last 1.5 2 months you had not been out of India, so your brain cells had started a process of non-thought. So if you are having that kind of problem, just take care of yourself. But Indian economy from all perspective is growing, and globally.
So you're saying Indian economy is growing, and also we're looking forward to now some big ticket reforms, especially in GST. I want to ask you a question about that as well. Jairam Ramesh of the Congress party, in fact, has put out a post saying that 8 opposition-ruled states have extended support to the reduction in number of GST rate slabs, but they have also put forth some kind of demands. Will they be accepted?
as far as the GST decisions are concerned, there is a GST council, and where the opposition states finance ministers are also members. Unfortunately, Jairam Ramesh thought process and their finance minister's thought process is altogether different. What he is saying and what they say in GST council is altogether different. It's exactly opposite to each other. So I don't feel appropriate to answer what Jairam Ramesh is saying, because neither he is the member of GST council nor his views were taken seriously by the Congress finance ministers who were the members. But I would like to reiterate that comment, and I hope all the members of GST council, including the finance ministers of the Congress and few India Alliance parties, all of us are firm on GST rate rationalization.
All right.
And
so you're saying that, you're hoping that all will be on the same page. I'm completely out of time, but Professor Vallabh, appreciate you speaking with us here on Times Now and sharing with us your perspective. Heading into a short break.